back, everybody. Our next guest is a two-spirit creator and youth advocate who's become a social media sensation using comedy to spread his message. Take a look.
He has nearly 6 million likes on TikTok and was recognized as a changemaker on the platform's 2022 Global Discover list. Please join us in welcoming OhKairyn to the show.
Thank you. Oh my God, thanks for having me. Abawashtet, OhKairyn Magepchat, Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation, Chadeha Kimochet. My name is OhKairyn and I'm from the Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation. Thanks for having me.
We are so happy to have you, and congratulations on being recognized as a changemaker. So this is a list of 50 creators around the world, and they're being recognized for making an impact on TikTok. The platform says that changemakers speak up and speak out, they advocate for others, stand for something, and teach us. So can you share with our audience what your message is about?
Yeah, for sure. I was really honored to be a changemaker because, you know, sometimes it's difficult to see yourself as a changemaker. Out of the 50 people, there was only 2 of us from Canada. 2 of us from Toronto, actually, so it was really important, and the only Indigenous person on the list. So I felt like an extra sense of duty. My message to the young people is always one of just providing representation for them, letting know that these spaces are for them, specifically for Indigenous queer youth, and then also kids who are in care, foster care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you mentioned, Indigenous representation is very important to you, especially as a two-spirit person. So for those who aren't familiar, like tell us a little bit about the two-spirit community.
Okay, so first of all, two-spirit is an English word, obviously. We didn't come up with it. We have our own words in our own nations and our own languages. For example, I'm Nakota, so in our culture, we would describe somebody who's like me as a winkte person, or somebody who moves through the world similar to how a woman would, even though I identify as he, him. So I kind of like confuse people, I think, a lot of the times when they see me, because they're like, what's going on here? You know, I don't really fit into their box of like, this is what you should look like. And I kind of like that. I kind of like living outside of that sort of colonial binary that's been created. So we have a ton of great words, Ayakweo in the Cree language, Nijmanadawag in Ojibwe, whose lands we're on right now. So there's a lot of great words.
I'm going to dive into the next question, but your earrings are fabulous. They're just hitting your microphone a little, so your just your right side. Give her a little toss back there. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to proceed, and this is a really, really important question. You've been very vocal that you are not a fan of the term reconciliation, and you don't always feel that social media, even though there's so much of your life that you live there, it's not always a positive space for change. Can you talk to us more about that?
Yeah, I think that the internet is a dangerous place, and I say that because I've lived on the internet my entire life, and regardless of sort of the things that we try to do to make it safer, I think at the end of the day, there's just always going to be a lot of people on there who are out to no good, you know what I mean? So I think using the tools that I do on the app, there's so many different ways that I can try to make it a better place in terms of reconciliation. I don't think we can really truly achieve reconciliation until we have truth. And so that's a big part of what I do, is I try to give the truth and share a little bit of my personal experience.
Many of your personal experiences have been tough and challenging, but your content is a lot of it is light because you believe that laughter is medicine. And much of your comedy involves indigenizing mainstream media, like RuPaul's Drag Race, That 70s Show, Mean Girls. Why do you think these videos are so popular?
I think because they really play with that idea that, like, what if That 70s Show was just an all-Indigenous cast? What would that even look like, you know? And like, I would want to see that. I would want to watch that. So I honestly just make content that I want to see, you know? And people receive it really well. It's a lot of fun. Laughter really, truly is medicine.
It's so great. You've mentioned a few times, like, you know, land acknowledgments. And I'm not asking you to speak for all Indigenous people, but I'm just curious about how you feel about land acknowledgments in general, because it has become something that we hear a lot of, and I would just love your take.
I think land acknowledgments can be sort of comical sometimes, so I poke fun at them online a little bit, but it's kind of like going into someone's house and sitting down for dinner with them and being like, hey, we acknowledge we stole this house, but let's eat, you know? It's like, cool. So a lot of the times I feel like they can be a little bit hollow, but I do really see the importance of having them in certain situations where it's sort of a first step into getting to know the true lands and rethinking about your relationship with the natural people of the land.
Absolutely. Something we've discussed a lot on this show is that line between cultural appreciation versus appropriation. So is wearing, buying and wearing Indigenous jewelry, for example, or clothing, do you consider that to be appreciation or appropriation?
I consider it appreciation. I have, for example, even my partner is a beadworker, and I know that if you're out there supporting Indigenous artists who are local, who are creating this, then it's 100% appreciation. Just don't wear a headdress to Coachella.
Okay, we're gonna end with a final hard-hitting question. Your hair is so beautiful. I know that there was a meaningful story that you shared with me backstage. So can we talk about, your hairstyle?
Yeah, absolutely. So my brother passed away a year ago, my older brother Dominic, and as a way to honor him in our culture, we cut our hair and we bury it with him. And so I cut my hair in honor of him, almost skin bald completely, about a year ago. And every Native man in my family has long hair. Like long hair. So it was kind of a way for me to reestablish that relationship with my hair. And in order to get it to grow really fast, we use bear grease. It's like the grease from the stomach lining of a bear, and we put it's kind of like a beauty hack. It's like an Indigenous beauty hack. It grows really fast and it grows really strong.
Wow. Melissa is like, Melissa will be grabbing
I'll get you a plug, don't worry.
all of us. All of us.
I'll come bearing gifts.
We have learned so much. Kyron, what a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And if you want to check out Kyron online, check out his TikTok, OhKairyn.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.